You're capable of more, and you're choosing less. Welcome to Dr. Eric T. Motivation Corner. Stop right now. Stop scrolling. Stop pretending. Because you're capable of more, and you're choosing less. Every single day, you're handing over your potentialto excuses.to comfort.to distraction. You know that I know it. And it's time you admit it to yourself. Part 1. The truth about your choice, let's be honest. Your life isn't happening by accident, that it's happening because of your decisions. Or, more accurately, your indecisions. You choose to sleep when you could be learning. You choose to scroll when you could be building. You choose to watch other people win while you sit still. Every choice to do less is a vote against the life you claim to want. That micro story, small, brutal truth. You had an idea, that a project, that a goal. You said, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow came, you didn't start. Then you said, next week for sure. Next week passed. And now, you're staring at someone else's success, wondering why it's not yours. That's the cost of choosing less. Calm truth. Listen carefully, this isn't about motivation, that it's about awareness that you're capable. You always have been. But capability without action is nothing, that it's wasted potential, invisible talent, unrealized strength. Explosive statement, you're not weak, that you're not lazy, that you're choosing the easy way. And the easy way never builds anything worth keeping. The lie you've been telling, or if you tell yourself, I'm doing my best, I'll get there eventually, I can't right now. Stop lying. Your best is relative, and right now, it's average. Average doesn't inspire. Average doesn't change lives. Average doesn't even matter to micro story. The wake-up slap you see someone your age. They're further ahead, that they're stronger, they're winning. You wonder, why them? Not because they're luckier, not because they're smarter, because they chose more, and you chose less. Calm pause, that's the difference. Why you're stuck doing Elias, you're stuck because you've trained yourself to avoid tension. Discomfort, you run effort, you delay risk, you excuse, you think comfort is harmless. It's not. Comfort is a slow death. Every time you pick it over effort, you shrink. Your potential shrinks. Your life shrinks. Micro story. The quiet betrayal every night. You binge something meaningless. Every night, you scroll past the work that could make you proud. Every night, you reassure yourself, tomorrow. Do it long enough, and your life becomes nothing more than tomorrow. Explosive truth, you are capable of more. But capability is useless without choice. Choice builds momentum. Choice creates results. Choice separates winners from people who just exist. Calm reflection before the S-term. Take a breath. Close your eyes. Think about all the potential you've ignored. All the ideas you never acted on. All the skills you didn't practice. All the relationships you didn't nurture. All the times you stayed small. Because it was comfortable. This isn't to make you feel guilty, that it's to make you angry. Angry enough to act. Angry enough to demand more from yourself. Micro story. The small shift, you could spend the next hour scrolling. Or you could spend it building. 1 hour to owe it again tomorrow, to owe it again the day after. That's how ordinary becomes extraordinary. Explosive statement, you're capable of greatness, that you're capable of discipline, that you're capable of focus. But you refuse it every day. Not because you can't, because you choose less. And that choice is loud, that it's screaming at your future. Stop pretending. Stop thinking about it. Stop hiding behind excuses, that you're capable of more. And yet every day you choose less. And here's the brutal truth. Every choice to do less is a vote against yourself and a vote against your future, a vote against the person you promised you'd become. This part is going to hurt, not because it's cruel, because it's real, and reality never negotiates. Part 2. Why you keep choosing less. Let's be completely honest. You don't lack talent. You don't lack opportunity. You don't lack ideas. What you lack is consistent action under pressure. That you're choosing less because you're afraid of discomfort, that you're addicted to instant gratification, that you've built a life that rewards avoidance. And right now, avoidance feels safe until you realize it's destroying you quietly. Micro story. The first betrayal last night. You promised yourself 1 hour of work. You sat down, then your brain said, just 5 minutes of scrolling first. 5 minutes became 30 minutes became the whole night. You went to bed satisfied with nothing accomplished, not tired from effort, not proud of progress, just empty. This is the pattern of choosing less. Calm truth: the world doesn't care about your excuses. That IT doesn't wait for your comfort. IT doesn't pause for your hesitation. Your potential is waiting, but every choice to stay small pushes it further away. Explosive statement: you are capable of more. You always have been, but you refuse the cost. And nothing in life is free. That comfort is killing your potential. Here's what most people don't understand. Comfort is not harmless. Comfort is slow death. Every time you pick what's easy over what's right, you're training yourself to settle. Skip the work, you train laziness. Avoid pressure, you train weakness. Stay distracted, you train a small life. And one day, when you see someone your age crushing it, you'll feel shock, jealousy, and regret. Not because they're smarter, not because they're luckier, because they chose more, and you chose less. Micro story. The wake up slap: a friend posts about their promotion. Another shows off a new skill. Someone else travels, learns, builds. You scroll. You like, you nod, and nothing changes in your own life. That's the moment you realize you've been training yourself for mediocrity. Calm truth: capability doesn't matter if it's dormant, that it's action that turns potential into power. That excuses are the enemies you tears to you. Keep telling yourself, I'm too tired. I'll start later. I need a break. Stop it. Excuses are cheap. Excuses are loud. Excuses are seductive. But every time you give in, you erode trust with yourself. You said you'd do it, didn't. You promised, progress delayed. You committed to change, ran away. Your future notices, your potential notices, your confidence notices, and it shrinks a little more each time. Micro story. Broken promises: you start program. You quit after a week. You pick up a skill. You quit after a month. You promise discipline. You let the world distract you, not because you're incapable, but because you chose less repeatedly. Explosive truth: every I can't today is a nail in the coffin of your future. You're afraid of the person you could become. Is where it gets deep. You say you want more. You say you want greatness. You say you want discipline, but your choices prove something else. You're afraid of yourself, afraid of the effort it would take to be unstoppable. Afraid of the focus it would require to dominate. Afraid of the responsibility that comes with capability. Micro story. The internal battle: your brain whispers, stay small, stay safe, stay comfortable. And you obey. You're afraid of the you that actually works, because that version would demand more than you're ready to give. Calm moment: capability isn't scary. Not having it realized. That's terrifying. The cost of choosing less. Let's quantify this. You spend Hours a day on distraction days, a week avoiding effort weeks, a month avoiding discipline multiply, that over months, years, decades. Skills never learned strength, never gained opportunities, never taken life, quietly wasted in one day. You'll look back, not with anger at the world, not with rage at circumstances, but with pain at yourself. Micro story. The quiet regret your peers are living, they're building, they're learning, they're growing. You, still comfortable, still distracted, still choosing less. And nothing can fill that gap once the years pass. Explosive statement, the worst part, you're capable of avoiding that pain. But you refuse the cost today. The moment you choose more, here's the turning point. Choosing more isn't heroic, that it's boring, uncomfortable, and repetitive, that it's waking up early doing the work when tired, ignoring distraction, facing the grind, repeating daily without applause. Micro story. The small wins, you get up at 5 a.m. You train, you read, you learn. You don't scroll point 2 weeks later, stronger point 4 weeks later, sharper point 6 weeks later. Unstoppable momentum, that it's not magic, that it's daily choices stacked. Calm reflection, choosing more feels heavier at first because it forces honesty. IT forces effort. IT forces action. But eventually, choosing more feels like freedom. IT feels like power. IT feels like life, that you're capable. But you keep proving let me repeat this slowly. You're capable of more, that you're capable of discipline, that you're capable of focus, that you're capable of winning. And yet, you choose less. You delay. You distract. You run. You quit. And each day, it becomes easier to choose less again. Micro story. The compounding trap. Skip work today, small. Skip again tomorrow, smaller. Skip again next week, invisible. A year passes, 0.5 years pass. Your potential, still there, dormant. Your future, still waiting, but your habit, hardened. Your identity, aligned with comfort. Your life, mediocre by choice. Explosive wake up. If you don't start choosing more today, you'll look back with regret. Not because life betrayed you, but because you betrayed yourself. Calm challenge. Look at what's left right now. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, am I living up to my capability? Am I working when I could? Am I building the life I said I wanted? No excuses. No stories. Just truth. Micro story. Confrontation. You may feel small. You may feel guilty. You may feel scared. Good. That feeling is honesty. And honesty is the first step to choosing more. Explosive conclusion. A part 2. Your life is not short. It's long enough to do everything you're capable of. If you stop choosing less, stop hiding behind comfort, stop hiding behind distraction, stop hiding behind excuses. The cost of choosing less is everything you've ever wanted. The reward for choosing more, your actual potential. The question is simple. Will you choose it today, or keep proving to yourself that comfort is worth more than capability? Stop pretending you don't know the truth. Stop lying to yourself. You know you're capable of more. You know you're wasting it. You know you're choosing less. And if you don't fix it now, you'll spend years asking yourself, what happened to me? This part isn't soft. IT isn't comforting, but it's reality hitting like a freight train. Part 3. The price of choosing less. Let's be brutally honest. Every time you choose comfort over effort, you pay a price. Hours lost, opportunities ignored, potential wasted, confidence eroded. And the scariest part, you barely notice it. Small choices compound. Every day you pick less, you train yourself to never choose more again. Micro story. Small choices, big consequences. You wake up, hit snooze, scroll, skip breakfast, delay the workout, ignore the project. Point 1 day, point 2 days. A week. By the time your motivation returns, someone else is already where you said you'd be. And you'll know it's your own fault. Calm truth, your life is not stolen, that it's mismanaged. You gave your best hours to distractions. You handed your energy to excuses. And you told yourself it was okay, that IT isn't okay. Explosive statement, choosing less is self-sabotage disguised as comfort. And the longer you keep choosing less, the louder it screams at your future. Why? You can't afford less. Time doesn't pause. Opportunities don't wait. People don't slow down. And the world doesn't care if you're capable. Capability is worthless without action. Micro story. The wake-up slap, someone your age just got promoted. Someone your age just launched a business. Someone your age just finished what you've been talking about for months. And you, scrolling, watching, planning to do it someday. Someday isn't coming. Not unless you choose more today. Calm pause, you're not behind because you're unlucky that you're behind, because you're comfortable that you're behind, because you refuse to stretch out you're behind, because you choose less when you could choose more. That the trap of I'll start tomorrow. Let's kill the biggest lie you've been telling yourself. I'll start tomorrow. No, tomorrow is a trick. That IT doesn't exist until it becomes today. Micro story. The vicious cycle. You plan again. You say, I need more energy, more time, more courage. But what you really need is action right now. Not planning, not talking, action. And every time you delay, you harden the habit of choosing less. Explosive truth, if you don't act today, you'll act the same way next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. This is the cycle of mediocrity. That discipline is the only CEO who can't wish your way out of choosing less. You can't wait for motivation. You can't hope comfort will transform into progress. Discipline is the cure. Discipline is the bridge from capability to achievement. Discipline is built in boring, small, repetitive choices. Micro story. Small daily victories. Wake up early. Deo. The work. Ignore distractions. Finish one thing you said you'd finish. Point 1 day. Point 2 days. A week. Before you know it, your life has shifted, and all it took was choosing more consistently. Calm reflection, you're capable, that you've always been capable. But your habit of choosing less has become a cage. Explosive statement, discipline breaks the cage. Action shatters the walls. Focus rewires the brain. And suddenly, the life you've been waiting for becomes yours. The hunger you need here is what most people don't understand. Capability is not enough. Discipline is not enough. Talent is not enough. You need hunger, not physical hunger, not casual motivation. Hunger that keeps you awake at night, that makes you uncomfortable, that drives you when everyone else is resting. Micro story. The difference in hunger, two people with the same skill. One waits for inspiration. Point 1 sacrifices comfort, ignores excuses, and works relentlessly. Guess who wins? Every single time. Calm truth, hunger creates momentum. Momentum compounds effort. Effort builds results. Results prove you chose more. Stop choosing less. NOWs is the moment of accountability. Ask yourself, how long have I wasted? How many chances have I ignored? How many promises to myself have I broken? And now, am I going to choose less again tomorrow? Or am I going to choose more starting today? Micro story. The personal test set a timer to do the work. Ignore the phone. Ignore comfort. Ignore fear. 1 hour that you'll feel. Pain that you'll feel, resistance that you'll feel, the pull of less. Do it anyway. That 1 hour is proof. Proof that you can choose more. Proof that you can break the habit of choosing less. Proof that your life doesn't have to be small. Explosive. Wake up. Every choice you make today is a vote for your life tomorrow. Choose less, shrink your life. Choose more, grow your life. Nothing else matters but the long game. How choosing more changes even in G capability without action is wasted. Action without consistency is temporary. Consistency without pressure is weak. Choose more. Consistently. Act under pressure. Keep accountability to yourself. Over months, skills improve, strength grows, opportunities multiply, confidence soars. Over years, life transforms. People notice, you become unstoppable. All because you stop choosing less. Micro story. Compounding power. A person trains 1 hour a day. No excuses. 1 year later. 365 hours invested. 5 years later. 1,825 hours. That's mastery. That's proof of capability. That's evidence of what happens when you choose more consistently. Calm. Pause. This is not about heroics. That it's about habit, repetition, and relentless honesty that your future is waiting. But not for every day you delay. Someone else moves ahead. They work when tired. They focus when distracted. They commit when you hesitate. And the gap between you and them widens. Capability is useless if you don't use it now. Micro story. Silent regret. You could have done it last month. You could have done it last week. You could do it today. But waiting is choosing less. And every moment you wait, your life shrinks. Explosive truth. The most dangerous thing about being capable is pretending it's enough. That it's not enough. It's never enough. Action is the only measure. Calm moment. Look in the mirror or ask yourself, am I doing all I can right now? Am I hiding behind excuses? Am I choosing less because it's easy? Or am I choosing more because it's necessary? Be honest, because honesty is uncomfortable, and discomfort is the price of growth. Micro story. Daily proof tomorrow. Wake up early. The work you've been avoiding. Ignore every pull toward comfort, not for applause, not for anyone else. Do it for yourself. That is the start of choosing more. Explosive finish. The wake-up call. You are capable of more. Stop denying it. Stop apologizing for it. Stop delaying it. Every choice you make today is training your future self. Choose less. Future self struggles. Choose more. Future self thrives. You can't have both. Here's the question. Will you keep choosing less? Or will you finally choose more and take the life you were always capable of living?